we already exposed, if not all, that is Karnaugh map based minimization. Okay, and few other things. So just can I get a quick audio response if any of you has not seen or been exposed to Karnaugh map before? Just say that I have not seen. It doesn't mean that I will not discuss it. I will discuss anyway. Just I want to know whether you have some knowledge. If anyone says that no, I have not encountered it before in any course or so, please feel free to respond. Okay, so I understand that all of you have been exposed to some extent, and so we begin with a quick recap of that and we shall extend from there. So what we see is a representation for a two variable Karnaugh map, and in this two variable Karnaugh map we look at the in a two-dimensional space two variables are represented or presented in such a manner that there are 2 to the power 2 4 spaces, and these spaces
Sir,
yes please.
sir, we have some issues regarding daily evaluations. Can we discuss that now or after the class?
Oh, no, you discuss now. What is the problem?
Sir, we are getting a quite load for this. Many of,
Okay.
sir, you are taking test on regular basis. You should schedule it after a week or something like that. It's quite load
Why
for
so?
us.
Why so? If you are attending the class and if the question is there from the class discussion, why should it be load? It has certain weightage, and if you are having tutorial and assignment, it will be having some other weightage. I cannot follow. Do you not want to attend the class or listen attentively, participate, involve yourself?
Sir, that is not the issue.
Then
Issue
what
is
is
that
this?
just after the test we have a class, and that's why we always face some
You
issues
finished it
with.
before. Since you are telling something, I also have certain things to tell, which we shall tell later. It will not look good. I have got
Okay,
feedback from some of you
okay, sir.
that how seriously you are taking the test and all. Anyway, so those who are having problem and all, it is taking loads. You do as many as possible. Don't extend it to I shall give you as much as required for a particular time. You are taking going beyond the time. Anyway, I shall discuss that later. I also want to discuss that. But let us focus on this. So those who are having load, I think you are, this is the system. This is the continuous evaluation system I told in the beginning. And you have to be thorough. Whatever has been discussed in the past, you have to read carefully and come prepared. And this test is just a quiz. It is not, uh, the way you are looking at it, end same and mid same, it is not like that. And if required, I told in the first class that we shall discuss some of the poor responses later on, because we believe that in some cases you may have a poor connectivity and all, power cut and all, so that will be factored into. But you have to engage yourself. There is no choice. If you wish, you can take a break, join when regular classes start. You can deregister from yourself from the course. It's your choice. Okay. Now, any other point other than that? Anybody else? Great.
Sir, regarding the tutorials, I want to say something.
I believe you give it in writing. I mean, I am open to mail. Even I am getting anonymous mail, and I give it very serious view. And whatever change I have brought in the quiz, it is because of the anonymous mail I have got, and the way some of you are uh, behaving, which is not expected from an IIT student. Okay. So anyway, that part we shall come later. Okay, since all of you have got exposed to this, we shall move a little bit faster, and you will be given sufficient time so that the test ends, quiz ends before sufficiently before 9 o'clock, so that you can go to the next class, and you don't need to extend. Okay, when you are actually trying to work collaboratively and all, if you focus on your work, even if you have got 8 questions right out of 10, I think that is good enough. Okay, that we shall take into account. And if you are looking for time to engage with and collaborate with each other and all, and I've got screenshots and everything, it came from you. I'm not going at your end. Then you require more time. And if you are not, at a level where you can take up a 3rd-year level subject, for which you have got 2 prerequisites, Introduction to Electronics and Analog Electronic Circuit, go back, learn those prerequisites, come here. Anyway, right, so what we are having, these are the places, and if you are looking at representation, mean terms based representation, where A and B are 0, 0, this is the first location. Somehow this pen is not working today, so try to follow the cursor if so possible. And this is next position is A is 0 and B is 1, and this position M2 is A is 1 and B is 0 or B prime, and accordingly the last position is AB, which makes M3 present over here. Okay, so if we have a representation like y is equal to FAB, where the mean terms are 2 and 3, right? Then how will it look like in the Carnot map? The corresponding places where A is 1 and B is 0. A is considered in that sense more significant bit, okay, and B is considered as least significant bit. BY, we have got the decimal equivalent in each cases. So 1, 0 and 1, 1, 2 and 3, they will come here as these 2 places corresponding to M2 and M3, 1 and 1. Okay, so this is your y is equal to, now if you are trying to make a minimized version of it, the Carnot map based minimization rule says that the adjacent ones can be clubbed together, grouped together, okay, and the group size should be integer power of 2. That means 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, in such manner. Okay, so group size of 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, these are permissible, right? And also the group should be such that the members, 2 members, will be grouped together if there is logical adjacency. Logical adjacency is different from physical adjacency. The way the Carnot map is designed here or mapped here, so you will find that the logical adjacency and physical adjacency is maintained for most of the cases, except for few cases that we shall discuss separately. So what is logical adjacency? Now between two positions, okay, who are considered adjacent, only one variable is changing its value. So for example, this and this, these 2 positions are here M2 and M3. So here A is 1 and B is 0, and here A is 1 and B is 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. So only 1 is changing. So these 2 are logically adjacent. But M2 and M1 position, so A, B prime and A prime B. So this and this diagonal one, they are not logically adjacent. They may be physically adjacent in certain sense, but they are not logically adjacent, because here it is 0, 1 and here it is 1, 0. Sorry, here it is 0, 1, A is 0, the M1 block, and B is 1, and this is 1 and this is 0. So the grouping that we are talking about is for logically adjacent members, and regularly placed, if they are like in the form of a rectangle, square, some such thing, and then you will look at within that group for SOP, representation like this, sum of product. So you'll be trying to cover all the ones, right? And you will be looking at which variable is remaining constant within that group. So in this particular case, A is remaining constant, okay? And then that A will be part of the product term that will be generated. More example we shall see later. So in this case, A is remaining constant with a value A is equal to 1. So the term that will generate is Y is equal to A only. No B is coming here because B is changing over this particular group, this particular group of two ones, okay, and is not remaining constant. So if you look at the next example over here in the right hand side bottom, so min terms are 1, 2, 3, and this is the way you map it in the Carter map, right? Now if you are looking at logically adjacent group, there are 3 members, right? And if you want to make a group of 2, then these are 2 possibilities. Now a particular one can be member, a particular min term can be member of 2 groups or more number of such groups, absolutely no issue, right? Because larger the group size, lesser number of literals will go into the making of the product term. And lesser number of literals means the gate, logic gate that will be generating that product term, that will be having less number of inputs, okay? So the hardware complexity will be reduced. So that is what would be our objective, to have the largest group size possible. Of course, that need to be in integer power of 2. So here this one that is M3 can be combined together with M2 as well as M1. And in each of the cases, if you look at, in the first case, A is remaining constant, so A will be coming as one term, right? And no B combination is required because B is not remaining constant. In the other case, B is remaining constant over this yellow boxes, you know, that yellow, the group, and that is remaining at 1. So B is the only term that is coming over here. And this is sum of product representation. So 2 product term A or B put together, this is what you will be getting, okay? Extending it, if you are having a 3 variable example, so in that case, the representation in this space, 2-dimensional space, it would be something like this. So C is 0 and 1, these are the 2 possibilities that you can see in the table. For AB, there are 4 possibilities, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Now you look at that, there is a jump. Those who have studied before, all of you have responded. You have noted it before, but I am again reminding you, just have a look that 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 0. Why do we do this way? Why not 0, 1, 0 after that, the decimal, you know, number equivalence 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. It is because it ensures that between 2 consecutive places over here, in this physical place, 0, 1, after that 1, 1, so only one variable is changing. Only one variable is changing. So logical adjacency and physical adjacency, okay, they are assured. They are having, otherwise you have to mentally map, if I put a 1, 0 over here, that 0, 1 and this 1, 1, they are logically adjacent, okay, which is a bit difficult going forward while forming groups, largest size, groups, which is in integer power of 2. The other important thing to be taken note of, maybe I can get a quick audio response here. This AB, this row, AB is 0, 0, and this row, like 1, there is a member 1 here and there is a member 5 here. They are physically not adjacent, okay? They are not physically adjacent. They are quite far from each other, right? But are they logically adjacent?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why? Why?
Yes. So because due to map
because
rolling
in
papers,
both of
One at a
0,
time,
0.
please. Anyone? Don't type. I mean, now I have to change screen. Just tell one audio response. That is enough.
because in both B is not B bar is not changing.
Right, right. Very good. So if you look at this particular, this value is 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, sorry. AB is 0, 0 and C is 1. And here it is, this particular, if it is 1, 1, 0, 1, so only A is changing. B is remaining constant with 0 and C is remaining constant with 1. Okay? So though they are not physically adjacent, they are logically adjacent. If in this Karnaugh map, right, if all elements are 0, only 1 is 1 and 5 is 1, the corresponding min terms, right, M1 and M5 are 1. So you can form a group of two members for which A is changing and B and C are remaining constant with value 0 and 1 respectively. So this will generate only one product term with two literals, B prime and C, because B is not changing with value 0 and C is not changing with value 1, right? So the SOP representation, corresponding SOP representation will be if ABC or Y is equal to B prime C. Okay? So this is how we look at it, right? And if you look at one quick example in the right hand side, where the min terms are 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So mapping definitely we shall do in this manner. So if you look at the numbering part of it in the terms of min term, so 0, 1, because this is 0, 0, 0, so this is 0, this is 1, 0, 0, 1, then 2, 3, because after 0, 1, 1, 1 comes, 1, 0 is coming over here, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7. This corresponds to the indices that the min term will be having. So min terms are having 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have seen this compact representation before. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you look at the combination of it, so this is the largest group with yellow box that is possible, where A is remaining constant, B is changing, C is also changing. So this will generate only one product term with one single literal, A. And for the other one, because we have to cover all the ones, we cannot, in SOP representation, we cannot leave any one of them unattended. So this is another group that is required. Of course, we had the option of, excluding this one, but that will have a group size of 1 and it will require 3 literals. Okay, so that will not be a minimized expression. So in the blue box, what you see, we are combining two adjacent ones, logically adjacent as well as physically adjacent in this map, right? And the term that is generated, B is remaining constant with the value 1, so this is B, and C is remaining constant with the value 0, so C prime. So BC prime is the corresponding product term. Okay, and these two product terms are summed in SOP representation. Extending further, this is 4 variable Karnaugh map, right? And in 4 variable Karnaugh map, right? So earlier we had only AB, 2 variables this side, and now there are 2 variables in the other side also, CD, right? And similarly, logical adjacency and physical adjacency we would like to incorporate to the extent possible, for which again this side also along the row CD side 0, 0, 0, 1, after that 1, 1 is coming and next is 1, 0 coming, right? So now the corresponding min terms will be, so this is 0 because all 4 0 AB, A is considered as the more significant bits in decimal equivalent representation. You see the table in the right hand side, this ABCD 0, 0, 0, 0, this corresponding to first location over here. Okay, so this is 0, then 0, 0, 0, 1, so that is 1, then 0, 0, 1, 0, ABCD 0, 0, 1, 0, so that is your 2. So there is a jump here, and then 0, 0, 1, 1, that is CD being 1, 1, so that is 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Similarly, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now because there is a 1, 1 coming, so 1, 0, this will be over here. So 8, 9, 10, 11. This is 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So this mapping all of us understand, right? Maybe you have seen before. Otherwise also you can figure it out. This is how it is happening. Okay. Now, if we look at one example, right? In some experiment, some description customer has told and you have come up with this truth table. How you have come up, that is not consideration here. So if this is the truth table, you know the corresponding min terms, you can figure it out. 0, 1, 2, 6, 8, 10, 13, 14. Okay. Right?
Sir, shouldn't it be A, B bar, D bar?
Which one?
instead of B bar and D bar, it should be A B bar D bar, I guess.
What you are talking about? Final
The
solution?
logic,
Sorry?
the logic we generated here as B bar D
Oh,
bar.
I'll come to that little later. I mean, don't jump. If there is any mistake, I'll correct, and in the distribution slide, you'll find the corrected version. We'll come to that little later. First, you look at this is the truth table, and from what we discussed before, you can identify that the corresponding mean terms are 0, 1, 2, right? Then this is your 6, this is your 8, 10008, then this is your 10, then this is your 13, 1101, and this is your 14. So this is what has been written here, right? So 0, so we have this numbering present here. So 0, 1, 2, right? Then 6, right? This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is over here, right? Then this is 7 and this is 8, right? Then this is, sorry, I made a mistake, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is over here because there is a jump, 8, right? 9, 10, right? 11, and 12, 13, 14. Please mute at your end. Some of you have unmuted yourself. Please mute at your end, right? So these mean terms to 4 variable Karnaugh mapping is fine, right? So now we are looking at forming groups. How you can form groups largest size. Okay. So one thing to be taken note of course, this is very quick, easily visible that this is one group that is from 4 ones. So CD prime will be there, that is there, right? And then this is another group that is getting formed, right? These 2 ones. So that is your A prime, B prime, C prime, because C prime is remaining constant over this yellow. D is only changing, right? Now there are these ones at the 4 corners. They look physically not adjacent, but they are logically adjacent, extending what we discussed just before. So between this and this, you can see A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. And this is A prime, B prime, C, D prime. Only C is changing between this and this. So they are logically adjacent. Similarly, these and these are logically adjacent. Similarly, these and these are logically adjacent. These and these are logically adjacent. And you can combine all of them together, right? And you can form one term. And this term, if you look at all 4 corners, if you have one term, what is remaining constant? B is remaining constant with B prime, and D is remaining constant with D prime. So B prime, D prime is another term that is getting generated, right? Now we have to cover all the ones. Only one is remaining. So this is one that is there, right? Unfortunately, it cannot be combined with any other, okay, because of absence of logical adjacency. This diagonal term is there, but diagonal is not logical, that we have seen before. So single term, 4 variable, right? One group of 1, you can expect that 4 terms will be present. So AB remaining constant with 1, so AB. This is C is remaining constant with prime, C prime, and D is remaining constant with 1, so AB, C prime, D. So that is there. So these are the 4 terms, product terms that is generated, and they are summed. Okay. Now there was somebody saying something. Could you please?
No, sir, I found my error. I made a mistake.
Right. So please wait. Don't jump the gun. Okay. Next comes, again, a quick audio response I would like to have. Have you seen don't care based Karnaugh map before? Anyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Fine. So again, it is a quick recap, right? No issue. Let us have a quick recap of that. So in don't care means in the truth table, that value can be 0 as well as 1. We shall look at examples later on. Okay. So one example that we have seen, more example we shall see later, is in your 7447 design. Okay. So if you are looking at a segment, input is binary coded decimal, A, B, C, D. And this is the corresponding segment A. Forget about open collector, active low, all those things. First, you consider that you are following positive logic, all are high. Later on we can put an inverter, we can put a open collector inverter, that is a different story. So this segment A, right, we have to provide appropriate value for 0000 ABCD to 1001, because that will give you, those are the characters that are expected if it is a binary coded decimal display logic that you are developing. Beyond that, 10101011, we really do not care. Anything would do. Anything that minimizes the circuit is what we will be looking for, which will help me. So you can consider that in such a scenario, for a specific segment, which segment it is, if it is a BCD coded decimal, you can figure out later, right? Now you just consider there is a truth table where this is the corresponding representation for 0 to 9, 0000 to 1001. Rest all I don't care. Then how do you map it? So of course 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So these are there, right? Where you have put the 1, and 10 to 15 we have put cross, that means don't care. Now this cross that is there in the don't care, you can consider that to be 0 or 1. It is not necessary for you to consider to be 1 and go all out for covering them, because it is don't care. You don't need to necessarily cover them. Only ones are necessarily to be covered, to be made part of any group of size 1, 2, 4, okay, 8, 16 or so. That must be done. Don't care, not necessary. But don't care, as we have noted, it can be considered as 1 also. If a don't care is treated as 1, by which a larger group can be formed, and the product term in a SAP representation has less number of literals, there we shall consider don't care as 1. Okay? So in this particular example, in this case, we can see that we are not considering the don't care. These 4 ones are there, for which you can get a term generated A prime B, and these 2 ones can be combined together, though they are physically not adjacent, but they are logically adjacent, right? Only A is changing A and to A prime between these 2 ones in under brown ribbon, brown enclosure. So that is the generating the term B prime C prime D. Okay, and in some other case, this is one more example over here. If you consider don't care as like this, so this is another representation over here without representing the don't care. Sorry, in the previous case don't care was not considered, all were considered 0. Here you are using the option of considering the don't care to be 1. Then a larger group of size 8 can be formed, and in that you can see that only D is remaining constant. D is 1 here, D is 1 here over these 2 columns, and this expression can be written as y is equal to D. So the same truth table, okay, don't care considered as 0. This is what you get, more complex kind of thing, and don't care selectively used at 1 in these 3 places within the blue box, and outside the blue box treated as 0, you get y is equal to D. Okay, so this is how you can make use of don't care. Okay, now Karnaugh map and POS representation. Okay, so in this case, earlier we had seen this, say 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, in some such cases if you are looking at it. So 2, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, this is how min-term based mapping would have been done. And we know that min-terms and max-terms are complementary in the sense that in the total set, those are min-terms, they will not go to the making of POS representation as in the POS representation as max-term, right? So here 0, 1, 3 are the max-terms from our previous class. Okay, so this 0, 1, 3. So these are 0, 0, 1, this is 2 and this is 3. So here wherever max term is present, we shall put 0. Okay, and then what are the max terms that will get generated? So we need to cover in max term based POS based representation all the 0 necessarily. And again we shall try to form the largest group the way we have done before. And in doing that, we see that for this table, these are the two groups that are getting formed. Okay? And now we shall look at which variables are remaining constant in the same manner. For the first yellow group, you see A and B are remaining constant but with value 0, 0. In POS representation, the literals that will form is just opposite of it. Had it been SOP, that is 1, 1, the literals that would have been gone for product formation was A prime, B prime. In POS, we will do just the opposite. Okay, so this will be A, it is 0, so it will go unprimed, uncomplemented. So A or B, that term will generate here, and in the other case, this B, A is remaining constant with 0 and C is remaining constant with 1. So this A will go as uncomplemented and C is 1, C will go as complemented. So these two sum terms will be ANDed, okay, and you will get the POS form. Okay, so this is the rule. Those who have studied before, just a quick recap for them, right? And of course you can come from one to another by using binary Boolean expression or going by SOP based minimization. So in the previous example, if you had gone for POS, so this is what we had done in this case for SOP. Now in the POS case, we can consider this to be 0 and a larger group can be formed. In this case, what you see that D is remaining constant as with a value 0, and since we are combining 0, we are looking for sum term generation. Sum term generation, zeros combined, the term literal that will get generated because D is remaining constant with 0. Okay, so it will become D, and there are no other terms going because everybody A, B, C are changing over this group of 8. So Y is equal to D, that is getting generated. Okay, I believe this is something new, right? So having seen that Carr number based simplification, which is kind of recap for what you have done before, let us look at something which is called dual circuit. Okay, now dual circuit by definition, forget about the first part over here, this first part, don't worry about the first part, this part I shall tell later. So in the circuit you change NAND to NOR, NOR to NAND, AND to OR to AND. Usually we go for NAND representation or NOR representation, SOP, POS we have seen before. Okay, AND or AND representation, two level we have seen before for SOP and POS. So if you just interchange or make change a NAND to NOR okay, and complement all input and output, whatever circuit you get, that is also a valid representation. That is also a valid representation of the truth table. Okay, so if this is the truth table, so this is the truth table that you see here in the right hand side. Forget about the left hand side truth table, we shall see later. So this is the truth table that you see in the right hand side. Okay, and this is a truth table for Y prime. We say that it is for Y prime. It could have been Z also, and later on you can consider Z to be Y prime. So for this particular Z, right? So this A prime B is one term from Carr number based simplification, and A B prime C prime is another term, right? So in SOP representation, A B prime C prime and A prime B, these are the two terms will be there. And for NAND representation, instead of AND and OR gate, we can put two NAND gates in each of the level. This is from previous class, hope you are conversant with that. And you just place them, the circuit is made. This is for Z, or in this case we are talking about Y prime. Okay, now what you can do, we have seen following De Morgan's theorem, right, that this NAND gate, is a double OR gate. AB prime is A prime plus or B prime. So that you can do here. So this NAND gate you can place, replace in this manner. Is it okay? And this bubble over here, NAND gate, this bubble, right? You can bring over here. So this becomes your OR, right? And this you can put over here. Are you able to follow? Just see the diagram. Is it fine? So what we get essentially, these inputs are getting complemented. A prime has become A, B has become B prime, A has become A prime, B prime has become B, and C prime has become C, and Y prime has become Y. Okay? And just we need to remember this rule. Okay? So this same truth table would behave in this manner. Now, this particular truth table, we have started from Y prime, where this Y prime is what Y would have looked in this case. Now, let us see a correspondence between these two. So, between these two Karnaugh map, what you see, or the truth table map to Karnaugh map, that all ones are replaced with zeros. So they are just complement of one another. For this particular, the first one, had you gone for implementation of the circuit, then you would have required, you see, three such groups, and this is a SOP representation. Okay, and three such gates will be required. Of course, they are two input, NAND gates, and this is a 3-input NAND gate. And in AND OR representation, it would have been AND, and this is OR. Okay, so this truth table realization and this truth table realization, they are the same. Instead of realization of Y, if you realize Y prime, where this is the corresponding, just the complement of it, you get the same thing. Is it fine? Right? And then if we apply De Morgan's theorem and go stage by stage, we come here, and these two circuits, this yellow box and blue box, this NAND and NOR representation, that comes from duality of the circuit. So we now get back our Y over here, this Y that was there. So this is coming from NAND, which is a SOP representation. This is NOR. This is a POS representation. And we can evaluate which one takes less amount of IC, less amount of space and other things, which is less complex. So you can see these are requiring 3 NAND gates with 2 input and 1 NAND gate with 3 input. Here it is requiring the same map, 2 NOR gates with 2 input and 1 NOR gate with 3 input. So obviously this is in advantage. Okay. So this is also you can think of, and wherever it is so possible, the circuit, the truth, a map can be mapped, and then dual can be obtained, SOP to POS conversion can be done. So all those things can be done very easily. Okay. So here in this example, the blue box in the leftmost side, had we replaced NAND with NOR and NOR with NAND and complemented the output, A prime becoming A, B prime becoming B, etc., then we would have made Y as Y prime. So that is what we would have got, not Y. Okay, so that's why we started with its complemented version, and then over here we applied duality, because we know in the duality output needs to be complemented. So once output gets complemented, we get back our original Y. So that's why we started with a complemented version. Now this is clear. Okay. So last point, last slide. So here we are talking about function that is self-dual. Okay. So how it is defined? So a function is there, f a b, say by way of giving an example, a b prime and a prime b. So its dual is you replace and with or and or with and. Okay, no complement etc. is required. Right? So this becomes a or b prime, and this or becomes and over here. So a prime or b. Now if you simplify it, a prime becomes 0 and a b.
Sir, excuse
Yes,
me.
please.
So the slide
Yeah.
cannot be seen for some reason. There is a certain delay every time you change the slide.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Please feel free to interrupt me. Okay. Now is it visible?
No, sir.
Huh? Sir,
No, sir.
For some
Not
people
visible?
it's-
Is it visible?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now visible.
Now it's
Okay.
changed. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Always feel free. Huh? Give me audio response whenever you are feeling uncomfortable somewhere. Okay. So what I was telling. Now you are looking at just definition of one thing. More of it you can study in the book or any other literature. In the quiz, very simple question will be there. If you are listening to it attentively, there will be no problem. Okay, and logically connect what we are discussing here and what is there in the question. Okay. So we start with an example. So this is AB prime and A prime B, two variable example. So its dual is considered defined as and is replaced with or and or is replaced with and. No complement and other things are required, unlike the previous dual circuit thing. So you get A or B prime ANDed with A or A prime or B. Now if you just simplify, A ANDed with A prime is 0. Okay. And you get AB, one term over here, and B prime ANDed with A prime, B prime, and B prime ANDed with B is 0. So this is what you will get. So of course these two are different. Right? This covers min term 1 and 2, and this is covering 0 and 3. So they are not equivalent, FAB and its dual. So this is not a self-dual function. This function A B prime or A prime B are not self-dual function. Okay. And if you consider another function, say AB or BC or CA, its dual will be again, you just replace or with and end with or. A or B ended with B or C, ended with C or A. We are not going for the simplification that you can do later. Okay, you will see that AB or BC or CA, on simplification, this dual version of it, this A or B ended with B or C or ended with C or A, it will give you the same thing. So this function is self-dual. Okay, so you can go for simplification like this, any function given, whether it is a dual, a self-dual or not. Okay, which is one way of doing thing. But those of you who will be appearing in GATE or other exam, you can find, you can see later on in the textbook also, a simpler way of finding it is available. Okay, so what is it? So given any function, you form its truth table, get its truth table, right? And in the truth table, if you see that the function, the expression is neutral, that means number of min terms is same as number of max term, then there is a possibility that it could be self-dual. If it is not, say 3 variable example, number of min terms is 3 and number of max term is 5, then it cannot be self-dual. So neutral, it has to be neutral means number of min terms is same as number of max terms. Okay, and the other important requirement is that function, the expression, the min term it is having must not contain any mutually exclusive min term. What do we mean by mutually exclusive min term? If ABC is there, that means M7 is there. then A prime, B prime, C prime, M0 must not be part of that expression. If both of them are there, then they cannot be self-dual. They cannot be self-dual. Okay? So, can you just look at this truth table and say whether it is self-dual or not? This particular truth table. First of all, it is neutral. 0, 0, 0, 0. So 4 zeros are there and 4 ones are there. And look at the mutual exclusive part of it. This is one min term 0, 1, 1. Its mutual exclusive term will be 1, 0, 0. So 1, 0, 0 is 0. So it is not part of the min term. 1, 0, 1. Its mutually exclusive term will be 0, 1, 0. So 0, 1, 0 is over here, third row, that is 0. So not part of the min term. 1, 1, 0. So this is 0, 0, 1 mutual exclusive term. 0, 0, 1 it is 0. Second row. 1, 1, 1. Mutual exclusive is 0, 0, 0. So this is 0. So this truth table is self-dual. And this truth table is nothing but your AB or BC or CA. This expression is there mapped there in this. Okay. So you can work out simplification by this method also, or you can look at a more, another way of looking at it, whether it is self-dual or not. Okay. So this is what we discussed, and then yes, please.
So these are necessary condition or sufficient condition?
Necessary condition and sufficient condition, both. If it is there, then it is sufficient, and also must be there. Any other point? No. So we move to the quiz. Okay. So I shall explain you later. Time is not there. So this is the weightage that is there. T is equal to capital T is the start time, capital T is the time that is given, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes or so. Okay. And